The Flatliner, a supernatural medical thriller, written by Edison Mcdaniels, read by the author. She awoke to the dim light of a single bare overhead bulb. Even so, the light was blinding, seemed to want to burn straight through her eyeballs. She blinked repeatedly, turned her face this way and that. She felt as tired as she had ever been in her whole life entire. Her mind ratcheted, tried to find an anchor point. She fixed on the cinder blocks in the wall. A crack ran diagonally through one of the bricks above the floor. Her breathing shallowed, at the same time rising in rapidity. She tried to consciously hold it down, but felt herself losing that battle. She was ungodly thirsty, lost the wall, spied the water pitcher on the bedside table. Heaviness pervaded her bones. She tried to lift an arm, then the other. They were strapped down. Her legs, too, she realized. Then she saw the IV bag on the pole beside her bed, saw the yellowish fluid coursing through the plastic tubing down to her arm. She could feel the stuff in the bag entering her. Cold, a slight burning along the length of her arm. Not again. Oh, God, not again. But she struggled against the restraints and began to scream. A moment later, again came as a middle-aged man in green scrubs stepped forward and slipped a syringe into a port on the tubing and injected something. The woman on the bed went rigid. Then she died. Again. Dr. Ephraim Tews watched the woman go rigid, then raced out of the room to the observation port behind the mirror opposite the bed. He watched the blips on her heart monitor first speed up, then become irregular. The pattern it traced changed from the regular peaks and valleys to useless random noise. These rapid, irregular strokes gradually broadened out to flatness as her heart fibrillated from lack of oxygen. Flatline, he said, and made a note in his journal with the exact time. He needn't have done that. The instruments recorded everything, but it was his habit. He looked at the renal monitor. Although the blood circulation had stopped, he knew the beans, his own private joke, the kidneys in more proper medical lingo, would continue to function for an hour or more. They'd squeeze every last ounce of water out of the blood pooled in them, making urine for another hour or two. It fascinated him how the chemical composition of that urine changed as the minutes passed. His machines collected the urine minute by minute. The dead liver was more difficult to evaluate and apparently more sensitive to death, but a microscopic tube through the right side of the abdomen would collect post-mortem bile for the 30 minutes or so the organ continued to work. Dr. Tews had still not figured out how to sample the liver as a whole, which would be of enormous interest considering the 1,000 or so different substances.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?